Princeton, Texas is the city that we're featuring today. We'll be looking at Princeton's history, what it's like to live in Princeton. We're also going to look at the affordability, the lifestyle, and real estate, which this in-depth approach is going to allow us to compare the city of Princeton to all the other cities in the DFW Metroplex. So if you've been thinking about moving to the city of Princeton or simply want to learn more about the city, this is the video for you because we're covering everything you need to know about Princeton, Texas. Princeton's located 42 miles northeast of Dallas and has one major highway, which is Texas 380, connecting it to the rest of DFW Metroplex. Now, if you want to go to Fort Worth to check out the stockyards, give yourself an hour and 10 minutes. And if you want to go to Dallas to check out a Dallas Stars game, you're looking at 50 minutes. Now, if you need to catch a flight at the DFW International Airport, give yourself 50 minutes. Now, I share those heavily frequented locations because at one point or another, if you live in the city of Princeton, you're going to go to Fort Worth, you're going to go to Dallas, and you're going to catch a flight. But to give you a better understanding of what the average commute looks like for Princeton residents, know that the average commute is 32.4 minutes, which is about 5 minutes higher than the DFW average, which isn't all that surprising when you factor in how far away it is from downtown. So if you're going to live in Princeton, make sure that you're not commuting as far or that you absolutely love your vehicle because you're going to spend a lot of time in it. So now that we know where in the world Princeton, Texas even is, I want to welcome you to the DFW Homeowner YouTube channel, the go-to real estate channel for the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. My name is Jaime Resendez, your local realtor and team leader able to help you make money in real estate whether you're buying or selling. And we're on a mission to reach every DFW resident. So if you can hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, it's going to really help us out. All right, so let's get back to Princeton because this is what you came for. Princeton, Texas is located in Collin County and was founded in the late 1800s. In fact, it was actually one of the first towns to be established in Collin County, but it's had a relatively moderate growth up until the year 2000s, where it truly started to develop rapidly as more and more builders came in and developed the city, which is a direct result of the exponential growth of the DFW Metroplex over the last years, to where now the city of Princeton currently has over 12,000 residents. But to add some context to the city of Princeton, I want to introduce an external resource in niche.com, which interprets millions of public datasets on cities all across the country. And as you can see, Princeton has received a B+ grade from Niche, having aggregated the 12 categories you see on the screen. Now that's what the algorithm has to say, but what do current and former Princeton residents have to say on the city? Well, according to the 62 reviews so far, they give Princeton 4 stars out of 5. Now this Princeton report is quite extensive, so I'll link it down below so you can check it out at your leisure, because now we need to talk about the recreation scene. What does that look like in Princeton? The city of Princeton has several parks to choose from. You have the Veterans Memorial Park, J.M. Caldwell Senior Community Park, Parkview Heights Park, and the Princeton Municipal Park. Now those are the primary parks. You still have plenty of HOA private parks to choose from as well. And at the present moment, Princeton has more than 6 miles of hike and bike trails developed throughout the city. So something you'll notice is that presently Princeton has a relatively small geographical footprint, but that is very soon going to change given that the population growth rate has been 78% over a period of 4 years. So in other words, it's the second fastest growing city in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. So expect a lot more parks, a lot more amenities, and a lot more facilities for you to enjoy. Now let's continue and check out the school situation, because regardless if you have kids or not, it impacts you directly because the ISD will dictate your property taxes, your resale value, and also to a certain extent, the amount of rent that you're paying. Princeton ISD is comprised of 5 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 high school, and has a 15-to-1 student per teacher ratio, which is right on par with the state average. And when it comes to the percentage of teachers with 3 or more years of experience, that's 81%, which is 3% less than the state average. Now, for the most part, since I'm a real estate agent, I'm very limited on what I can and can't share about the ISD. So I'm going to leave a report linked down below for you to check out for yourself. Now, something that I am at liberty to discuss is the Chick-Fil-A situation. So we have to ask the important question, is there a Chick-Fil-A in Princeton? Well, unfortunately, there is not. So you're gonna have to go to either McKinney or Allen to get your fix. All right, so I'm only half joking about that criteria. That might be way more important for me than it is for you. But something that might be important for both of us is the real estate situation. Because regardless if you're a renter or a homeowner, real estate impacts you directly every single day. So let's start off from a macro perspective. The median home value in Princeton is $376,950, which is a 22.4% increase over the span of a year. Now, as you can see, real estate prices over the last decade had been going up in Princeton, but nothing compared to what happened over the last year. Now, if you've been patiently waiting on the sidelines to purchase until prices came down, you might soon get your wish. All right, so now that we know that the median home value in Princeton is $377,000, let's compare that median home value to the surrounding cities. The median home value in Farmersville is $300,000. In Lucas, it's $1,068,000. In Fairview, it's $692,000. In McKinney, it's $549,000. And in the city of Melissa, the median home value is $497,000. So as you can see, the median home value in Princeton is on the lower half when you compare it to the surrounding cities. But what can you actually purchase for $377,000 in the city of Princeton? Now, those are some good looking homes, right? Well, unfortunately, by the time you're watching this video, chances are those homes have already sold. But for the most current list of our preferred homes in Princeton, check out our link down below, which is also a great time to share with you how to calculate the monthly mortgage payment. So I'll link a video right here that's going to show you exactly how to do that. And it's mandatory watching, especially if you're coming in from out of state, because the way that we do property taxes is probably way different than what you're used to, given that we have some of the highest property taxes in the country. But let's be fair and not forget that there is no state income tax here in Texas, which is actually a great segue into our next category, which is the cost of living. Overall, the cost of living in Princeton is right about the national average. From a housing perspective, it's 12% less expensive in Princeton. From a utilities perspective, it's 10% more. From a groceries perspective, is 2% less. And from a transportation perspective, the cost of living in Princeton is 10% less than the national average. So at this point, you might be thinking, Jaime, Princeton sounds like the perfect city for me. If that's you, congratulations. I invite you to connect with our top realtors down below. But if you're still on the fence, that's okay too. I want to give you 2 additional cities to consider. I want you to check out Anna, and I also want you to check out Royce City. But under no circumstances should you check out the city of